Let's do this. This is James Helder for IFL TV. I'm in the Tower Hotel today for Prizefighter, the UK versus USA. With me, I've got the very dapper, debonair, Black Pee Wee Herman, Spencer
No, it's
Fearon.
not, man. I'm in the Nation of Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Nah, joking. Calm down now. Calm down. And you look call me the knowledge. Look at this. I'm up with the other knowledge. This man always.
Somebody once said I should be called knowledge and you should be called a mouth, but I don't know who it was.
Yeah. Look, tell Janine to keep out of our business. Get out of it now, right? Bend down. Now, go on, right. It's a fantastic thing, the prize fighter format. You know what I mean? I've got a little bit of experience because I've had 2 prize fight winners now.
2? I never knew that. I've never heard you say that before.
You're a funny guy, James. You're a funny guy. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I've had 2 winners. So to see the heavyweights and to see the lineup in the heavyweights, you're looking at a lot of experienced guys, but the most experienced guy to have the most experienced guy and a legend inside prize fighter in James Toney is excellent. But the thing that's going to be like a scary kind of thing, James Toney only found out the format to how Prizefighter actually runs last week when I interviewed him for Toe to Toe. We sat down together. I said, "Do you know the price? I don't know. I don't knock out these bombs. And that was it." But you know what? In Prizefighter, it is a free for all. But there is a little game plan to it. I mean, the game plan is this: that you do want to get the first fight. You want to be like one of the first 2 fights in it. In the beginning, get the longer rest. But it's not good you get the longer rest if you don't win the first fight that you get into. But to win the first fight and then go on and proceed from there. But you know, prize fight is a free for all, man. It's good for boxing because it is like microwave TV. It's like now TV, like boom, 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 boom. For the purists, we could go against it. And do I think with somebody like James Toney's style, would he be suited to something like prize fighter? No, he wouldn't, because he starts in late in fights and stuff like that. But testimony to the man, because he's lost 60 pounds, so he must have taken something serious. So we'll see, man. But if we just talk about James Toney, the legend, it's totally different. Go on.
All the feedback we saw James Toney on ringside, a lot of feedback, people kind of 50-50 whether he should be in Prizefighter or not. It's an honest question. What do you think, Spencer? Do you think he should still be fighting?
So I think he still should be fighting. I think in a similar kind of way of like Archie Moore, who's a great light heavyweight champion of the 50s, who never got his shot for about 17, 18 years at world title as a light heavyweight, went up, moved up in weight, boxed Rocky Marciano. I mean, did the shoulder roll on Marciano and dropped Marciano with a shot in 1955. When you look at guys like Archie Moore knew ring generalship so much that he could fight for 3 minutes and wind up in the end of the corner at the end of the bell so he could sit down. That's how he knew how to fight. And I think that's the same kind of thing with James Toney. James Toney knew how to fight so well that he could negate not training as hard because ring generalship, because he was being in. He learned his trade with great guys. He had a guy called Bill Miller who trained one of my favorite fighters of all time, Ezra Charles. So he had him around him. He learned the game. You got great men around you, start raising your stature. But sometimes you can take these people for granted because he didn't do certain things that he should have done. Just like when he was on ringside last week, he was saying, "Right, I wish I trained for the Roy Jones fight." You know what I mean? Because when you look at James Toney at his best, when he knocked out Prince Charles Williams, even though Prince Charles Williams was a light heavyweight come down, when the 3 fights with Mike McCullum, but you have to go 2 fights really and truly. The first 2 fights with Mike McCullum. Anyone who want to learn boxing, just go watch those fights, and you'll learn everything you need to learn about boxing just through those fights. You know what I mean? And that was 1991. He boxed what's his name, Michael Nunn, when he's only 2 years as a pro. And Michael Nunn, everyone was going like Michael Nunn was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. So like, James Toney's just an incredible guy. So I think it's an excellent thing having James Toney here. You know what I mean? Looking at James Toney and saying, wow, well, we're actually being around a living legend. A living legend that one thing we know for certain is that James Toney now, losing 60 pounds, he will not embarrass himself. You know what I mean? This prize fight concept, will it be suited to him? No, it won't be suited to him. But it's James Toney, I don't business. You know what I mean? You come out to see James Toney anyway, you know what I mean? And just to be around the legend, he's been very helpful. You know what I mean? He's been doing things with lots of the kids down at the Brixton gym. You know what I mean? That to me, that's saying wow. You know what I mean? And I got to interview him last week, and forget the hype. He's a very nice man. know what I mean? And very accommodating, man. We've got to talk history, man. We've got to talk about Ezra Charles. We've got to talk about Holman Williams, who was another murderer's row fighter. You guys listen to these names. Go check these guys out on YouTube. These guys were rocking and shocking things in the 40s. You never get a chance because of the skin tone and they had a colour bar back then, because it wasn't really acceptable to have two black guys fighting each other, because like there was no pull, there was no gravitational pull or financial pull. It's totally different now. You know what I mean? We just want to see fights, and I think we're going to get that in Prizefighter tomorrow night, because we're going to get guys. They know it's like we got 9 minutes. You know what I mean? We got 9 minutes. Let bombs fly, man. I mean, Larry Olabongiel, there's so many guys. Matt Legg, who's actually fighting James Toney first. Got to be interesting, man.
Last but not least, we've got our Olympic gold medalist Anthony Joshua in his third pro contest. Talk to me about the big man. Give me 2 minutes on what he's doing.
I'll be mightily impressed with Anthony Joshua. What I don't want to see Anthony Joshua lose is his rhythmic ability. If we go back to earlier years when Frank Bruno just turned professional, Frank Bruno won the ABA title at 18. And Frank Bruno was more rhythmic movement and stuff, and you know what I mean? And then he kind of changed it, kind of dulled down things like, look, stop all this movement stuff and be more grounded with take care of us and be more grounded with your shots and stuff like that. And that's what he started to do. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua do that, because he has looked a little bit stiff. But I think that's stiffness because 4 years ago the brother wasn't fighting. You know what I mean? And then maybe he got a little bit of a gift with people saying against in Savon fight.
In his first fight in the
Olympics. But I don't think he did get a gift. You know what I mean? End of the day, bro. You know what I mean? Where was the Olympics held? Was it held in his hometown? Come on, man. Give the guy breaks. He did beat Carmarelli in the final. I don't care what anyone say. Give him his juice. He's only a baby, and he's only gonna grow, and he's getting regular work. You know what I mean? He just turned pro the other day, and now he's on his third pro fight. You know what I mean? So that within itself is incredible. And going back to James Toney, when James Toney first turned pro, James Toney was fighting every other month. Every month he was fighting back to back. James Toney was doing it. And look at the greatness that he did and be around great fighters. I'd love to see James Toney come and do sparring with Anthony Joshua, because James Toney is telling me that he rates Anthony Joshua and believes that James Toney's words were that Anthony Joshua right now would beat Deontay Wilder. That's big praise, right?
Big praise.
That's big praise. So what Anthony Joshua got to do is just keep on doing him. Don't change who he is. You don't need no new friends. I keep on telling you, you got friends enough. Carry on learning and applying your trade. And he always pesters me anyway. I always get texts from him, one fight shall be watching, or blah, 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 blah. And he has a good, solid team around him. You know what I mean? The Sims family, very good team. He's got a world champion around him in Darren Barker. That's only going to rise your game, man. It's good. Exciting times for Anthony Joshua, man. I'm just blessed to be around and see it. And I can call the kid my friend.
Top man, Spencer, I want to thank you for giving IFL TV a bit of time.
Listen, man, IFL TV, I'm not even getting used to IFL TV. Hey, first IFL London, IFL TV. Now I can't keep up. You guys change your name more times than I change my clothes, man. My piece, 2 fingers, I'm hard knocks for life, toe to toe for life. Big up Ben Doughty, you know what I mean? Because he's the guy kind of bring me in this thing as well. Big up Karen Baines and big up Sky TV. Later.